Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elle if you're new, and it feels like quite a while since I've sat down and done a makeup critiques, so I'm very excited to just share with you all of my thoughts and opinions on new makeup releases. These are my favorite videos to film. I could just yap all day about makeup products, and I want to hear you yap all day about makeup products down in the comments below. Share with me your thoughts, your opinions, critique the products, but don't critique people, if you know what I'm saying. Keep it kind, keep it cute. We're all just trying to have a good time here, okay? And chat about the first new makeup release, which is the Huda Beauty Easy Baked Setting Spray. So I'm not gonna lie, when she launched some teasers about the setting spray, your girl was not excited. I was like, oh, okay, fine, like another setting spray. Like, did we really need that? We have the Charlotte Tilbury, we have the One Size. I think we have the holy grails of setting sprays at this point. However, I didn't realize this was going to be another mattifying setting spray, which is very similar to the One Size, but what I liked about this one is the fact that it's not in an aerosol can. I also find that the One Size setting spray smells like hairspray, and I have this fear that's breaking me out. I don't know if it actually is, but because of that, I don't use it as often as I'd like. So I was intrigued by the Huda Beauty Easy Bake because it doesn't seem to have a fragrance, it's not in an aerosol can, and Huda Beauty, just like One Size, can be trusted for the oily skin gals. So I ended up buying it during the Sephora sale, which that video is coming soon, I promise. Again, I've been backed up and delayed, but it's coming soon. I bought a mini. I've been using it so far. I wore it today and I really like it. I don't want to say I like it better than the One Size yet, but I kind of am saying I think I prefer it. It does not have a scent to it, but it also does keep me matte. I don't know if you can see my face, but by this point I'm usually very oily over here on camera and I still feel like I'm fairly matte. It's doing what it claims. I will keep you updated, of course, so be sure to subscribe if you want to hear my reviews on new products. But this one was a win and definitely a purchase. Next, this is the Urban Decay Iced Out Moon Dust Palette. My heart skipped a beat when I saw this because we love the Urban Decay shimmer formula. Blue, if you watch my videos, you know blue eyeshadow is our thing right now, and we are predicting a blue eyeshadow trend. It's not yet here, but it's coming closer, guys. I feel it, especially with the spring and the summer. I feel the blue eyeshadow coming, and now we have a second release of blue eyeshadow. I think, actually no, this is the third, because first it was the Makeup by Mario, then it was Charlotte Tilbury, now we have Urban Decay. We're gonna have more. With that being said, I think that because there is a chance that blue is trending, especially in makeup launches, you might want to wait before buying this palette because there might be other palettes you like more. I personally do not think I will be purchasing this because I already have blue eyeshadows that I like. I specifically have the Glam My Icy palette, which I don't know if this is discontinued or whatever. You could probably get at TJ Maxx. Fairly cheap palette, but I do love the quality of these eyeshadows, and this is the blue eyeshadow I've been wearing. These shades are not the same as the new Urban Decay palette, so I might be questioning my decision here. But I also have the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume Freedom palette, and this, if I can find it, does have these really shimmery, icy blues, kind of similar to the Urban Decay. Maybe not exact, but I honestly think it's similar enough for me to not have an excuse to buy this, unless of course a majority of you want to see a review. But I don't think I'm the eyeshadow queen, so let me know in the comments below. I usually will buy something for a review if enough of you request it. Now, whether or not I purchase this, it really doesn't matter because my opinion still stands that I do love this launch and I'm very excited about it. It feels fresh, it feels new, and it doesn't seem like they took the safe route. They went full out ice blue. We have the white with the blue shimmers, we have the icy blue with the silver shimmers, and the medium blue with the silver shimmers, and the darker grayish kind of blue. There's no neutrals here, which I really like. Because we're always complaining about how boring these launches are, I do feel like this is the exception, and it's not boring. I feel like Urban Decay is slowly but surely coming back to their roots in some way or another and figuring out what makes them special and just doing it better for present modern day, which I'm excited for. So I will definitely be keeping an eye out for Urban Decay, and maybe if I see this in person, I might change my mind and make the purchase. If I do, there will 100% be a video about it. Okay, now a not so exciting launch. I debated on even including this in the video because I just don't have anything good to say about it, but it is the new Givenchy Prisme Libre Bronzer Powder. First of all, there's 3 shades. Do I need to complain about the shade range here? No. Second of all, I am trying to de-center luxury brands as much as possible on my channel. Not saying I'll never buy a luxury brand again, not saying I'll never review a luxury brand again, but I am saying as much as possible, I'm trying to be more selective on the luxury products that I'm buying because at the end of the day, these products are astronomically priced and you can find a lot of them within your collection or within Sephora for a much cheaper price at the same quality or even at the drugstore. So I'm trying not to put luxury brands on this pedestal, if you know what I mean, like I used to. And this is just one of those products where if I saw this at the drugstore, if I saw this without the label, would I buy it? The answer is no. Also, I think this is a luminous kind of glowy, natural glow finish, and you know how I feel about that. I love my Haus Labs bronzer. I love my Gucci bronzer. So if you have a luxury bronzer already, you could probably pass on this bronzer because there just doesn't seem to be anything special about it. I don't have anything else to say. Moving on to a copycat product. This is the Lancome Skin Idole 3 Serum Super Tint Skin Tint. It's supposed to cover like a tint, feel like a serum, delivering a luminous natural finish for up to 24 hours, lightweight, buildable, seamlessly glides on the skin, but also blurs, evens, and hydrates. Okay, Lancome, we're an overachiever here, and we're also a copycatter because this is giving Urban Decay. Now, in Lancome's defense though, I first saw this packaging with Urban Decay and I really loved it. I do think that this component is just very mess proof. I enjoy the Urban Decay product because of the packaging. So I'm not mad that Lancome would want to copy that packaging if it's a high quality package, if you know what I'm saying. I am just a little bit confused because I did recall, I thought Urban Decay's packaging was either patented or very limited to Urban Decay. I could be completely wrong. So I'm shocked to see that Lancome has the same packaging. But if it's a high quality packaging and if it works, then I'm not going to complain. The formulas do look very, very different. However, I think that the Urban Decay is a lot more towards the oily skin friendly side, while this one looks more for normal combo dry skin because it has that luminous natural finish. It looks like, oh, someone did comment, I thought Urban Decay was trying to patent that packaging design. Seems like that didn't happen. I don't think I would go out of my way to purchase this. Lancome is currently not a brand that's on my radar. If I got it in PR, I would be very interested in trying it though, but I don't think it's a priority on what I want to purchase right now and try. Ooh, I feel like we're always roasting Charlotte Tilbury in these videos. I promise you, I don't hate Charlotte Tilbury, and this is nothing against Charlotte Tilbury as a makeup artist or a person. I do like and have some holy grail Charlotte Tilbury products, okay? Like the lip liner, Foxy Brown, the Matte Beauty blush ones. I like me some Charlotte Tilbury. However, the recent launches have been a little bit questionable, including this one. It is their new Pillow Talk Soulmates face palette, which includes the highlighter and blush duo for $50. Okay. And then new shades of the Pillow Talk Kissing lipsticks and the Matte Revolution lipsticks. Just to get the lipsticks over with, I have absolutely no interest in these lipsticks at all. I do really like the formula of the Charlotte Tilbury Kissing lipsticks, but they are $34. The packaging, you know, it's not really screaming my name here. It's okay. It's nothing special. The way that she launches lipstick shades aren't in a way that gets me excited. In my head, I'm mainly referencing brands like MAC Cosmetics, who recently launched a whole shade of these grungy cool tone nudes. That gets me excited. Or when brands launch a new range of red lipsticks, that gets me excited, which Charlotte has done in the past. But this is a mix of, I guess, more nudes and more pinks. And in my head, I'm asking myself, how is this different from what the shades that she already has? So the marketing here for the lipstick shades isn't really getting me. Not interested. Maybe if I saw it in person, I might like some of the nudes, but I also recently just bought a lipstick from Kulfi and I'm loving it. So it's gonna be a pass on the lipsticks. The blush and highlighter palette. I think a lot of y'all would roast this and think that the packaging is absolutely tacky, chuggy, and out of this world, giving Sailor Moon. However, I kind of don't hate it, you know? I like tackiness sometimes. I like cliche heart-shaped packaging with the jewel in the middle. Is it giving true luxury? No. Is it giving what my younger self would buy in the 5th grade? Yes, but it touches on the younger part of me, so I'm not mad about it. What I am mad about and pressed about is the duos. I don't want a highlight and a blush. I'd rather have 2 blushes, a lighter one and a darker one, or a coral one and a cool tone one. I would like a blush duo, or even a blush bronzer duo would be better than a blush and highlight duo. So personally, for $50, I'm not gonna pay to get only or use mostly half of the duo we have here. If anything, I wish it could be customized. But brands hate doing that. And it seems like so far there's only 3 different duos. I think, and this was just, again, my hot take and personal opinion, my unsolicited critique and advice, I feel like this would have been a more exciting launch if it was full on powder blush. And she launched 5 different shades of powder blush. She does have blushes in her line already, but I don't think those are as trendy or as viral for her to re-release more blushes and maybe a new formula and packaging that's a little bit more fun and stands out. I feel like would have done really well, but looking at this launch as it is, I'm underwhelmed despite the packaging. So we're just gonna move on to the next product, which is the Pat McGrath Mothership Launch Petalmorphosis, which I kind of like the name of that. I had a strong reaction when I first saw this launch, to the point where I almost ordered it on launch day. When I first saw this, I thought it was finally the Pat McGrath palette I've been waiting for. Specifically because it has green, it has purple, it has like this rosy mauve color, which I really love when it comes to eyeshadows. I love green, I love purple, and then if I am gonna wear pink, it's more on the rosy side, which is classic of Pat McGrath. So on the day of the launch, I went to patmcgrath.com, typed my little heart away, and saw that they were gonna launch a purple packaging version, but it was sold out. And I also hesitated a little bit because I realized there wasn't a sale on it, and if you know Pat McGrath, she's always doing sales. So that kind of stopped me in my tracks because it didn't feel like a fully well thought out purchase. I wouldn't get the purple packaging version that I wanted because it was sold out, and it was $160, I think, with no discount. Now, I could have sat there and been like, it doesn't matter, I want it for review, but truthfully, I only like to buy things for review if I have a strong intuition that I'm going to like the products and that I can give it a fair review. And the fact that I already felt like this was so expensive for what it was and that I would wait for a sale, there was really no reason for me to buy it in this moment. That also gave me more time to look at it a lot more closely and come to my senses. And my senses told me that this is not actually the perfect color story for me. Because yes, I love greens, I love rosy pinks, and I love purple, but the matte green in this palette is actually an emerald green. I prefer an olive green. The purple might be a little bit too cool tone for my taste, but that's just me being nitpicky. The pink matte is already something that I have, and I watched reviews on this palette, and it turns out the 4 special shades are actually not the typical special Pat McGrath baked shimmer eyeshadow formula that you'll usually get in the Mothership palette. So that seems to have changed, which made me feel like, okay, I do not think that this is worth $160, so I didn't buy it. And I do not regret this decision at all. I think if anything, I could purchase it when it's on a really good sale, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Next up is a new beauty brand created by the TikTok influencer Michaela. This brand is called Point of View. It includes skincare as the first drop, the amplifying lip impule, soothing priming milk, nourishing glow serum, hydrating whipped cream, glazy tack primer. This is 100% old news. You've probably already heard about this. It launched in March. But I wanted to share with you my thoughts and opinions on this because there's so much controversy around it. I do think it's just simply because Michaela is behind the brand and she does seem to get herself in a little bit of a pickle and a lot of controversies. But I'm not going to sit here and pick on Michaela or pick on the products because it's controversial. A lot of the opinions on this brand was very interesting. Some people were shocked that she was launching skincare, because do we need another influencer skincare brand? Definitely not. People also expected her to launch makeup, something that's more colorful. They felt like these products were just not exciting. The branding was underwhelming. I will say, even though I don't really watch Michaela that much, I have seen her videos on her house and how she decorates the house, and black and white is a theme that she has throughout her house. So I feel like in that sense could be what translated into the brand, and I'm assuming that it will eventually have color once she launches makeup, but this is kind of like her starting point. Separating from Michaela and any other influencer, if I were to look at these products, it is giving nothing. If I'm being honest with you, it's giving nothing. I really think that just has to do with the color and the packaging, because I'm thinking of Kim Kardashian's skincare launch and it was very bland and stone-like. The colors were just not coloring, of course, but we would not expect that from Kim Kardashian. But the packaging was a little bit different, a little bit unique, and reminded you of stones. With this packaging, there's nothing to it really. Like you can put this next to a bunch of other black and white brands and it will not stand out. Even the typography is very bland. So that's really disappointing. What I like about it though is the copywriting on it. The whip it, the drip it, the glaze it, the amp it, the drench it. It's a little extra, but I could totally see a commercial on this. And I also do like that it is Korean inspired skincare. You have the lip ampule, you have the priming milk, you have the glow serum. All of these sound like really great skin prep for your makeup. So I think that the products and the formulas themselves are promising, and I can't hate on that. But with all of that being said, I will not be purchasing from Point of View. I just don't have any interest in the products themselves. I would be, intrigued to see what makeup she launches because she does have incredible eye makeup. But for skincare, I have my selective skin prep. I have my acne prone, sensitive, oily skin prep products that work for me, and I'm gonna stick to those products rather than buying an entire skin prep line because I have it at this point. And that's kind of what I mean in terms of this launch. It makes sense, but also it's not really filling a gap in my makeup routine. So it's a pass for me. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about when I was complaining about Charlotte Tilbury's highlighter and blush duo. This is the Westman Atelier blush and bronzer duo. Now, again, Westman Atelier is another overpriced, expensive brand that I don't think I've bought from. It's a brand that I'm always intrigued by, but because the price is so freaking high, I can never justify it. But for some reason, I like their launches, aside from the fact that their shade range is always limited. So this blush and bronzer duo, I don't know, it's intriguing me. I like the blush shades, I like the bronzer shades. There's only 3. It would be nice if it would be expanded a little bit more, but I get it. You have a light, medium, dark. I did see this during the Sephora sale and considered buying it, but again, for the cost, it just wasn't worth it. If I have my favorite blush, if I have my favorite bronzer, do I really need the Westman Atelier blush and bronzer duo? No. But I'd really like to try it. I sit here and think about how I just told myself I wanted to decenter luxury brands, but I can't seem to convince myself out of the Westman Atelier blush and bronzer duo. I'm not gonna buy it, okay? I'm not gonna buy it, but I think at the end of the day, we all have our favorite blush already. We all have our favorite bronzer already. You can make that into your own palette. Do you really need Westman Atelier? Not necessarily. For how much this costs, it's probably not worth it. She's back. The Fenty Beauty lip oils. I'm pretty sure this launched last summer, but they are relaunching with new shades. This lip formula has the hydrating comfort of a lip oil, but the sparkly shine of a gloss, packed with the lip-loving ingredients, and delivers immediate hydration with a paddle ship applicator feel, retailing for $26. There are 7 different shades: Fussy, Raspberry Jams, Frosted Buns, Miss Jellyfish, Fenty Glow, Rose Amber, Super Fine, Sugar. Now I'm really surprised this wasn't permanently in their line last year and it was only part of their limited collection, unless I'm wrong. Unless this is like currently in their line. Apologies if I'm wrong. I think if anything they're launching, these are new shades that they're launching. Either way, the formula, I've tried it in store and I think it's okay. And because it's a lip oil, it does give you like a gorgeous gloss on the lips, but it doesn't last as long as if you were to just buy their gloss bombs. I personally prefer a lip gloss because of the longevity. There are non-sticky lip glosses over a lip oil. So if you prefer that, I would pass on the lip oil. But if you like a lip oil texture, you don't mind that it fades quickly, you want that hydration, that serum oily-like texture, then this, in comparison to a lot of the lip oils on the market, is really fresh and fun because there's a lot of unique colors in this line, but also it's very shimmery and glossy at the same time. Very much a matter of preference. I will definitely be passing on it though. And what is a makeup critiques video without talking about a new e.l.f. Cosmetics launch? This is their Yummy Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balm in 6 different shades for $9 each. They're hydrating, buttery lip balms in Java Chip, Vanilla Toffee, Strawberry Shortcake, Blackberry Sorbet, Yummy Gummy, and Wild Cherry. It's about time that e.l.f. tries to do all of these glossy tinted lip balms. We have had so many tinted lip balm releases, from Edam to Summer Fridays to Ole Henriksen to Notorium to Laneige, and now e.l.f. And lip balms, I feel like, are not difficult to make. If I was Summer Fridays, I'd be worried because it's probably just as good, if I'm being honest. I would purchase this out of pure curiosity to see how it compares to high-end tinted lip balms. Now, if you already have the luxury high-end lip balms like Summer Fridays and all of the other brands I named, you do not need to be purchasing the e.l.f. lip balms. I'll tell you that one. But if you run out of those high-end lip balms and you don't want to spend extra coin on those high-end lip balms, then trying the e.l.f. wouldn't be a bad idea because I'm sure they're going to be very similar. Ooh, I totally forgot to mention this Urban Decay launch with the Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. It is the new Urban Decay 24/7 Glaze-On liquid eyeshadow, retailing for $26. It's a beginner-friendly built-in brush that makes it easy to apply on shimmer eyeshadow. It applies in seconds and lasts up to 15 hours. And there's multiple different colors, including Space Cowboy Intense. This is very much giving OG Urban Decay, which I really like. And it's exactly what I was talking about previously, that I feel like Urban Decay is having a comeback. Now, their launches are a little bit back-to-back, so we need to slow our rolls here to get excited about new products. But looking at this range, looking at the packaging, it feels like old school Urban Decay, which I really like. And yeah, there are still some neutral colors here, but we also have the blue, we have the pink, and I think it's really fun. I've been seeing a lot of ads on this product. I like the idea, I like the packaging, I like the concept, and I'm really excited for Urban Decay to finally kind of be stepping back in that zone of just creating something fresh and fun. All right, let's end this on a high note with NYX Cosmetics, because just like Urban Decay, NYX is another brand that I've just been loving all of their launches. Not in the sense that all of their launches are my favorite products and they're the best things ever, but I just feel like they aren't afraid to launch fun things, and we are here for fun makeup, okay? We're not here for the boring makeup anymore. We're here to have a good time. I also think that current NYX is what ColourPop wishes they are right now. Like ColourPop, they're ColourPop. They're supposed to be launching fun things, but for some reason, their launches, and I think it really has to do with the color stories, are just falling short. But NYX, they know what they're doing. They're launching their new Smushy matte lip balms. I think that's so cute. Smushy matte lip balms in the cutest packaging. Again, I feel like I haven't seen a package that looks like this. It feels like something Rare Beauty would come out with, or I'm trying to think of another brand. There's no other brand, just Rare Beauty would come out with this. But NYX is launching it in just like these bold shade ranges. Exactly how I felt with the NYX Lip Ivies is how I feel with these Smushy matte lip balms. So again, it's reminding me a lot lot of K-beauty and the soft matte lip tints, so I am very interested in it because I love a good soft matte lip balm and lip tint. I don't know if it's actually going to be hydrating, but it is infused with mochi rice powder and sugar ceramide, so it's supposed to have a lightweight formula that cushions your lips and gives you the soft blurred tinted lip color. Yeah, that very much sounds like a K-beauty product, and if this is also made in Korea, I'm sure, just like the NYX lip IVs, this is gonna be really good. I hope so, because I would love a matte version of the NYX lip IVs. The color story again is like fuchsia, red, brown, bold pinks. So if you are a medium to deeper skin tone, NYX just gets us. So I will 100% be purchasing this. I don't think it's available yet, but when it is, you betcha, I will not make the same mistake I did with the NYX lip IVs. I'm gonna try it for you. The last launch, I think this is also a bit of a late launch that I have yet to talk about, but it's the NYX Buttermelt Highlighters. These come in some crazy shades, okay? It's giving light champagne, light bronze, but then we have frosty pink, minty green, light gold, light copper, bronze gold, holographic lavender. I feel like for festival season, this is fun. For every day, it's not me. I like fun makeup. I like fun eyeshadow specifically, but when it comes to highlighter, I'm not that adventurous unless it's for a specific event. So I could see someone wearing this at Coachella. I could see someone wearing this for a concert, or just someone who's really creative with makeup. I am gonna make a video talking about some upcoming trends. I don't know if it's gonna be posted before this or after this, but in that video, it talks about pastel shimmers being a trend, and this is very much giving that trend. I do think at the end of the day, you could just use a pastel shimmery eyeshadow instead of buying an entire NYX highlight. But for the right occasion and the right person, I do find this to be a fun and exciting launch. Can't hate on it, even though I'm not gonna buy it. At least they're doing something different. Yo, I don't know if you can see, but my eczema is like flaring up. I need to put moisturizer on this ASAP. Thankfully, we've made it to the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions on the newest makeup releases down in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!